Growth mindset, really big a couple years ago. People coming back saying the interventions aren't working. How is this program going to be any different from what people might have experienced over the last couple of years?
A lot of what's been happening over the past few years has, you see it in social media. It's all about teaching about growth mindsets. You tell kids, this is fixed, this is growth, do that please. You say, change your words, change your mindset. But it actually gets the message exactly back to front. It's not change your words, change your mindset. It's change your mindset and then your words will change. And while we've been acting on all these actions, we haven't been doing the really hard work, which is about changing students' beliefs. We're talking about people's underlying beliefs, which it turns out are really hard to change and you can't do in a one-off workshop. So this is why we're doing this work together over an extended period of time, training your leaders up. Talk about what it really means to fill the environment of the school with positive mindset movers so that we can help students develop a more growth-orientated mindset.
Growth mindset isn't growth. That one confuses the heck out of me. Can you please talk me through that one?
The idea here is that a growth mindset only works when you do the work. And for that matter, you've got to do the right sort of work. And that's why in the workshop we're going to be learning about, I talk a lot about this idea of learning agility. And the idea of learning agility is that an agile learner is someone who not only understands that growth is possible, that's the mindset part, but also understands how to go about achieving the growth. Have you started to notice that in a lot of schools and a lot of settings, that not yet has been turning into still not yet? Because we promise the kids they're capable of growth, but if we don't teach them how to achieve that growth, then they fail to actually get to where we want them to go. So this work combines not just mindset, but also this idea of habits of mind, the right sort of behaviours that lead to growth. So as we're working with schools to help them implement strategies that actually make a difference to students' mindsets, we've got to work with not just the beliefs, but also the understanding of what it takes to achieve the growth. And that's why we'll be talking about agile learners as well.
Agile learners and mindset continuum, these are all a lot of resources that you've been developing over, a number of years. And I think it's really great that you're going to be sharing and literally giving all this content to the participants in this program so that they can develop their own professional development regimen within their own school context. But can you kind of go in a little bit more detail in this terms of the train the trainer about how all of this content is going to be used? Because you also talked about not only are we going to be using it in the course, but then the schools get to continue using it for all of their staff, which could be hundreds of people getting access to this, basically for free. What does that look like?
So what we're providing these schools that come on board with the program is I'm giving them access to a full online course to develop their teachers' habits of mind and the strategies they'll use that they can deliver as professional learning in school. You'll do that over the course of a year or more, depending on your individual strategies. And you'll have new staff that come in and people that leave and you'll need to retrain. So my support and my commitment to those schools is to provide them with all the resources and the mentoring through me and Skype conversations like this to make sure that as you progress and helping teachers develop a more growth-orientated mindset and help them fill the environment with these little mindset movers, that you've got the support you need to do it. There's this idea that there's two mindsets, like fixed and growth, have that one. It's just not like that. In the real world, there's not two types of people. In the real world, our mindset falls somewhere along this continuum. And our job as teachers, as school leaders, isn't to instill or install or ask students to adopt or even necessarily understand a growth mindset. Our job is to help students develop an increasingly growth-oriented mindset. This is my continuum. What it shows you is this idea that the different ways students interact with the elements of a mindset change over time. What I'm going to show their schools and provide them with tools to do this is to provide an environment that just nudges, nurtures, nourishes an increasingly growth-oriented mindset in students. Success is going to be measured by how much more growth-oriented they've become. And as Carol Dweck says, that growth mindset is not a declaration. It's a journey, and it's a journey through this mindset continuum as we become more and more growth-oriented. As much as it's empowering to work with individual teachers in their classroom and equip them with the tools they need, the real shift comes when we do it with the whole school. And when we change that culture, we talk about the structures and policies that we put in place that support what teachers are doing in schools. In a classroom, you can do so much. But when the school provides you with an environment that allows you to nurture that growth mindset, when it's part of your policies and practices, when you connect with the parent community and the broader community in really powerful and meaningful ways through assessment and all sorts of stuff, the results can be profound. So to do this over a period of time and support teachers the way we've got planned.
You talked about the ability to have you almost for a whole school year do this program. And for a lot of our schools that are in Southeast Asia and China, they can't afford to be flying you in or out. This is an opportunity to get direct access to you through this online medium that has proven to be very effective.
Look, to be honest, I don't give up on schools that are committed to this work. So although the official part goes for a year, schools that are wanting to reach out to me that have made this commitment, I'll always work with them. It's always good.